out here in Paris. Welcome guys to episode 3 of Building Brighter Data, the data layer for AI to reason over, for quants to reason over, the data layer for financial markets. As you guys know, in episode 2 and episode 1, we're very busy with the pre-seed round and we're building this company out in public. Today, out here in Paris. Got invited by my boy, come. My boy Arya, the founder of Cryptic, the biggest marketing agency in crypto. Absolute legend. He got us access today to Proof of Talk. Very grateful for that because this is the ideal location to find our lead investor, which we are still very busy with. In the meantime, also building a new product. We'll give you guys a little bit of an update later down this week about that as well. Very excited for this week. Big things coming up. And as always, documenting it out in public and taking you guys with us through this entire week. Probably going to end up with a little bit of a party on Wednesday as well, just to celebrate life. Excited for this week, guys. So let's go. So, bit of an update on our pre-seed round. We are still trying to raise $750,000 for this round to scale and build more aggressively, to get the resources on board, to get the network on board, and currently we still have 350K in soft commitments. We are still mainly seeking for that lead investor. Now, why are we seeking for that lead investor? First of all, to determine the terms with, because without the terms, obviously, the other parties cannot hard commit, and thus they're still soft committed. But also we're still seeking for that lead investor, for them to commit to us with not only money, but mainly also with resources and network. And that is also why I'm here in Paris this week to seek that lead investor. We do have some momentum going right now, where around a week or 2 ago, we had very little conversations going with potential interesting parties for the position of lead investor. We now actually do have some interesting conversations going. So that is definitely very positive. And I'm hoping to get some more intros to interesting parties, VCs, fintech companies, trading desks with maybe a VC arm, to also get intros to them so that I can pitch them next week as well after I get back home in Amsterdam. On our way to motherfucking dinner, the 3 of us. My homies! Now just off for dinner, and then after we're gonna have some drinks with some people that we met at the event as well, some friends from us from the Netherlands that are in the same niche, some legends as well. So my man Johnny, you guys know from the other vlogs, he made a reservation at apparently a very good restaurant with the 3 of us, so on our way there now. Ruben is probably gonna have a couple of wines as always, because I have an alcoholic
Finally
with me. I see a model on the other side of the street. Been a very productive day. At the conference, met a lot of people, got some nice intros, gonna pitch some people next week. So been super productive, very happy with how it went. Obviously, a bit out of my comfort zone to network with people in this way. Usually I do it a bit more, organic and just a bit more natural. This is maybe a little bit more forced conferences like this, which is not really in my comfort zone, not really in my nature, but also I have to step out of my comfort zone in order to close this pre-seed round. So in that sense, it's also been, there's a lot of lessons in there. And now it's just time to enjoy our night. We're at an incredible restaurant called Maxime's here. Now after maybe get some drinks. Day 2. So day 2, guys. In the back you can see the VIP networking lounge. This is also the lounge where I'm spending my entire day, not because I want to be a VIP, but because I know that the people that are in this lounge usually have a bit more funds to spend. And since I'm seeking for the lead investor, I should make sure that I'm in the area where there's money to be spent. So this is where I'm spending most of my time the entire day. Yesterday, I must say, I felt like I was still quite uncomfortable approaching people, cold approaching people, chatting to people. This morning, I came to a realization that where there's discomfort, that is also where growth is at. That is one of my strongest beliefs in life in general. So I kind of changed the way that I looked at it, and I was like, okay, this is where I feel uncomfortable. So this is where I can see a lot of growth. And earlier this morning, and I think Ruben can also confirm that, I've been cold approaching so many people. I've been chatting to so many people, getting so many intros, so many, connections made. Lots of VCs actually spoken to as well, which were actually very excited when I briefly pitched them about Bright Data. So sending them all the information, chatting to them next week. Already got some meetings scheduled actually for next week. So lots of positive stuff going on. Gonna cold approach some more people tonight. Little party to celebrate it, to celebrate life. That's a brief update from here, guys. We're obviously working alongside the biggest crypto exchanges and also biggest crypto projects out there. In one sentence, to the people that do not know, what does Cryptic exactly do?
We are the leading crypto marketing and media agency. So we help a lot of these companies with scaling, user acquisition, growth in the European and MENA regions.
Okay, and what would you say over the past few years has proven to be the most effective way to market for those kind of projects? And what's the difference maybe between marketing for exchanges and marketing for crypto projects themselves?
Well, exchanges are looking for users, so they mostly want affiliates that have a community, like yourself, for example. So I think for exchanges, the best way to have proper marketing is to have good affiliates with communities in all these different regions. For projects, it's a bit different. Well, I think layer ones, for example, or different projects, they want to have more builders, for example. So you have to attract more developers and more builders. So it's a very different kind of marketing strategy behind it. You need to make sure your chain is interesting for builders to develop on your chain.
You're not just looking for people to buy the project, but actually look for people to use the project and for example, the blockchain.
Exactly.
What is currently dead in crypto marketing right now that people still waste money on? Maybe a better question, is crypto dead?
I don't think it's dead. If you look at Hyperliquid, for example, if you look at Near Protocol, there are still a couple of runners even in the bad times, right? When everything is dead. So I don't think it's dead at all. In terms of crypto marketing, I think people overspend without having clear KPIs and clear targets. So for example, a lot of people spend on KOL marketing and they look at followers, impressions and like vanity metrics.
So they do not look at the volume that they actually bring to the project.
Exactly, the conversion is the most important thing in the CTA. So there needs to be something like, there needs to be something to convert users.
Incentive.
Well.
Incentive.
Exactly.
What's the one channel or social media platform that is consistently underused by crypto companies that you actually found very effective over the years?
But there are a few, but I think LinkedIn and Instagram, because Instagram has more retail audience and a massive reach as well. I think Pudgy Penguins is one of the few ones that actually uses Reels a lot for their marketing. And LinkedIn is more institutional, but for sure on LinkedIn you have a lot
also for builders maybe, for the projects, right?
Yeah, 100%. You have a lot of like institutional people on LinkedIn. X used to be the place for crypto, we had it before as well. But I think it's switched now to LinkedIn and it's very underutilized. And so is Instagram and TikTok, short form content, clipping.
Yeah, you rarely see that with crypto projects.
100%.
But it's the easiest way to reach a lot of people, I feel like as well.
Yeah.
And let's say a crypto project wants to start with short form content. Do you guys help them build it from the ground up?
We do, we also have clippers.
Okay,
sick.
That's cool. We are on our way to Ritz for some drinks and then to the legendary after party. And apparently all the hostesses will be at the after party, so elite hotel. I fucking love it. This is inspirational. But this is why I like to go to places like the Ritz, because we were actually supposed to go to the after party. We were sitting at a bar in the Ritz, which is like one of the most, it's just a very prestigious hotel. There's only a couple of them in the world. And there was a guy sitting next to us at the bar. He was sitting there by himself. And just to think about the fact that you go to a hotel like this and then you sit at the bar by yourself, having a few drinks, that for me already defines someone as an interesting individual that has my respect, you know? Because then you're literally sitting by yourself at a table with your own thoughts. So then we were like, okay, let's chat to this guy. And I was like, okay, what brings you here? And super interesting guy. So actually we were supposed to go to the after party. We just ended up chatting with him for a long time, which was so nice. And we had a lot of fun. I was just on our way to our own place. And that's it.